Hello everyone, I am Eternal Evico, and welcome back to my 120 single player world. And today it is time to do some cleaning and some polishing. Specifically, some of the stuff where I went, oh, I'll do that eventually. Well, today is eventually. So, first thing on the docket is going to be reconverting my field because it looks a bit silly when it's all mixed together, so I'll probably reconvert that to full wheat, and then I think I'm gonna slap in maybe a pumpkin field behind it. I haven't decided yet, but field work to start with, and then we'll move into the trickier stuff, like the inside of this bloody church, which is, yeah, not even close to done, but that's fine. So first things first, and then second thing is second. And I feel really silly having said that. Okay, so I have replaced the wheat. Alas, I've run into our next problem, the mud. Because I was hoping to swap these out for, like, the mud bricks to mix with the stone bricks closer to the shore, since dirt is going to be tracked in and out of these fields. And also it's fun to use these blocks. But that means I need a source of mud that doesn't require me to go rip it out of the bitty mangrove swamp that I know where it is. So I was thinking probably the best place to set up a little mud factory would probably be maybe right here for now. I'm not entirely sure because it feels like it should be. Nope, that's not the button I want. It kind of makes sense to have a big furnace next to the smithy. The other reasonable place would be by the iron farm, which is meant to be like a granary. But then I have to put up with that sound the entire time. I guess I could stick it back in this corner. I don't know. Actually, I do really like the idea of sticking it behind this in the corner. That would be nice. Especially since this is probably going to be my tulip field. And then I was thinking the other vegetables could go, let's get up. Possibly either back behind the cows or along this side. Honestly, I'd love to put it along this side. I think that would be really nice. And I just want the tulip field to be within viewing distance of the village because I think it's gonna look really cute. I guess I have that island too, but that's where I've been doing most of my tree farming. So let's start with a farm over here, and I can always move it later since I know they're not usually particularly big. So, yeah. Behold, the factory for the mud. Decorated with mud, of course. So let's give you a little bit of a walk through the inside. So, standard, simple mud factory layout. Of course, this is where the mud ends up. Perfectly spaced, as all things should be. And, this entire build is inspired by brick factories, specifically the ones that are built. I don't remember the inside design. I should probably put like a hole or a divot or something, because it's supposed to be the bricks are laid in here, the fire is underneath it to smoke them, and the smoke itself comes out of that chimney instead of out of this building. And now I gotta show you my secret little bed hiding spot in my redstone. I'm very practical. So, now that I have access to as much mud as I could ever possibly need, and I have started on my tulip field, which I didn't acknowledge, but it is here. It looks better from the other side, and will look better once I've put in more moss, but look at it. It's not perfect. I'll probably jag the ends on this side a bit more, because they're certainly everywhere on that side, and it'll look much better once it's a bit fuller, but alas, tulips are a thing that takes time to get. But and also, why do they only come in 4 colors, Mojang? Could you at least given me a yellow? Like, then I could have the white, the pink, the red, the orange, the yellow, and then I could loop back through the white. That would be much nicer, but the orange, not wild about it. So, I guess without further ado, it is time to snag on up. Oh wait, nope, I forgot about things. No thoughts, head empty. Behold, my fields of plenty. Also known as my more proper fields for the rest of my crops. So behold. Oh, I need to do something about that horse. Anyway, the layers. So I have this lower section full of carrots, and then they go a little bit up the side. Then it switches to the beetroot, and then the potatoes at top. I might do another layer of potatoes like there. Yeah, maybe. Oop. But yeah, so my farmlands are looking plentiful. The mud is unceasing. Now it's time to actually build the paths and make this area look like someone could actually walk through it. And instead of another time lapse, let's do things a little bit differently. Behold, the paths. And it's done. Woo! So, I guess I should give you a walking tour. Carlotta. Now that I have things to walk on. And we'll just start over here, because it's an easy, simple place to start. So, proper little walkway up to my iron farm. And along the shore of the lake, there's a split off to the mud farm. And we walk alongside the beautiful tulip fields. Oh my god, Carlotta! Here is my supremely cute little bridge, which crosses this river. I might put a walkway there, or I might just leave it as is. I haven't decided yet. So there's 2 different paths. There's this one, which hugs along the side of the field. I'm going to put a fence gate in here so I don't have to worry about lighting the outside as much. Along here to another little bridge, which crosses over into the potato, beet, carrot field. Backtracking down my little walkway. I might mix in some coarse dirt instead of regular dirt into the upper sections, so it isn't quite so, you know, that noise. Continuing along the lake shore, we head up to the water windmills, crossing them down here to the next walkway. And look at that, I redid my bridge. It's the same general shape, but with a bit more detailing and with bricks instead of cobblestone, because I just don't love how cobblestone looks. Yes, Carlotta. And I'm going to put a railing on this since currently it's a bit of a safety hazard, but it's not the end of the world. So we swing along the edge of this field over to the last of today's little bridges. This thing is a terrible shape. I don't love it. If you have suggestions for weird sideways bridges, please send them to me. I would appreciate the help. Over to the carrot field so you can get to this without having to trek all the way across these sections. So, wait a second, let's get some air. Yeah! Oh, right, and I'm starting to grow some pumpkins over there because I'll probably put a pumpkin patch in that little section. But it's really started to come together. Like, I was hoping to work on the church, but, like, I'll be real with you guys, if I wanted to, this could be in, like, 20.3. 20.4 is, like, right around the corner. This episode took forever, mostly because I built, like, 3 different things and hated all of them and ripped them all down, so, like, I threw out, like, 2 entire episodes before this one got made. It happens. But yeah, the progress has been made. I'll probably fill in the tulip field at some point as I go, eventually. But, we can do the church next time. So I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And, again, sorry this took so long. The month of November was not kind to me. And I'm not going to promise an episode next week. I'm thinking maybe the week after that. Maybe I'll do every other, which means I can make my builds nicer and be less stressed over the week timeline. We'll see. We'll see. So, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Behold, the paths. Behold the paths! I like how I did this perfectly every single time I practice doing it. But now that I'm recording, I literally can't get it right to save my life. Good lord. Behold the paths! Good enough. Whatever, one of those must work! I swear! It's gotta work!